everyone, my name is Casey Nickel, and this is my major minor presentation. First, my major is film. It's in filmmaking. I'm a director of my classes. I have decided I want to focus on screenwriting. Don't get me wrong, I still love film, but all that work and arrangement to get everybody on time and to make sure everything's perfect. Oh boy, no. I wanted to write stories about people and who they are. I have a disability called cerebral palsy hemiplegia. I also was born with a stroke at birth, and I have epilepsy. Because of this, I understand the disgust. I have felt it overusing inspiration. I have heard it so many times that I am such an inspiration, and people should learn that you can do anything. I have heard it from my friends and my family friends. I've heard it from strangers. It felt good when I was a kid. Now I'm like, great. Anyways, with screenwriting, I want to write about characters and their main goals. Even like I want to write about queer characters or disabled characters that simply have this bit that's a part of them and not their whole personality. I'm inserting a very hard side eye. My minor is in creative writing. Now, you may be thinking after the previous slide, wow, what a shocker! I chose my minor very late, and after some research, I had found out that I had already taken over half the classes required for this minor. So I continued to write. I continued to love fiction writing that I could turn into a full feature-length screenplay. One thing I tend to struggle with, however, in fiction is describing how a disability can look through like someone's eyes without it sounding cruel, but also without it being too described. In fiction writing, they tell you to write what you feel and not being overly descriptive of what is actually happening. So this is something I still need to learn, especially with sign language and a hearing person noticing like a deaf person signing. I want to learn how to write how a person would sign the words, but also in a way that my fellow readers would also learn the language. I will touch on two subjects, behind the scenes and representation. Behind the scenes, while working on a movie, we want to work quickly but smooth. We do not want any mistakes happening on set, or we would like as few casualties as possible. When setting up the camera, lighting, set decoration, sound, etc., we need to know how the director wants it to be for the film. I want to ensure that hearing people on set learn sign language to help the process along with deaf crew and learn more about different language and the culture that they may not have known about prior. Also, films take a very long time to make. Learn from your fellow peers and how you can help them out, and it would just be equal all around work ethic. And I want to create a friendly and open environment on set or before filming so we don't feel nervous to ask questions if we are confused about what we need to do. And that goes for everybody on set. Representation. Movies and TV shows have gotten better in the past few years with deaf representation. The Walking Dead and Eternals had Lauren Ridloff. The Last of Us with Kevon Woodard. And Only Murders in the Building with James Caverly, and A Quiet Place with Millicent Simmons. These are just a few of the actors and actresses that I have seen who are deaf and portray deaf characters. They are not hearing people who took the role and tried to portray deaf culture incorrectly. I found a quote by Deanne Bray, who said, "I remember showing up and waiting in the lobby, witnessing voice coaches working with hearing actors to sound more deaf-like, to find places and lessen their speech skills." Yeah. Not a great look, Hollywood, even though Hollywood's never had a great look to begin with. Insert an even harder side eye here. Oh, and by the way, this is Joey Cavalry in Only Murders in the Building. I highly recommend it. There's an episode where we do not hear any clear vocals. The episode is open caption, so we understand everything that's going on through our eyes, but we are watching through his perspective. John Krasinski, mostly known for his role as Jim in The Office, he said, "We had the most incredible actress, who is Millicent, who happened to be deaf in real life, and it was sort of a non-negotiable thing for me. I found myself asking her all the time, is this right? And she would be like, maybe do it more like this. She was not intimidated at all. It doesn't take much to simply ask if the language is being signed correctly, or if asking if something is being misrepresented in a movie, TV show, or book. For future films or books, I think that filmmakers and authors should not be afraid to learn from deaf or hard of hearing individuals and observe Bill Vickers' videos to describe the correct sign in the book. How film and books can benefit from deaf studies and ASL. 1, we can learn a new language and culture whilst working alongside each other on set. How? First and foremost, not being afraid to hire deaf and cast and crew, simply because you don't know how to properly communicate. I feel that this is one of the reasons why directors don't hire deaf and hard of hearing cast and crew, because they are afraid to simply touch the language. However, they're not afraid to misrepresent a whole bunch of things. 2, we can break the language barriers as well as the stigma that upcoming filmmakers need to break in order for the film to be well received by everybody, not just like the people that they're trying to reach out to. If it's like a feel-good movie, or if it's a rom-com, or if it's an action film, it's about making sure the characters all felt real. And you don't want your deaf cast to feel as if they were being misrepresented while they were working on this film. And after all these years of appropriating an incorrect use of sign language and underuse of deaf and hard of hearing actors, we can finally take a step forward with opening our minds to new opportunities, people, culture, and equal jobs. And these are my sources. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And thank you very much for watching.